Previously on Survivor, 16 castaways were abandoned for 3 days in the rugged Beartooth Mountains, and were hit with a big twist. A tribe of high schoolers, Bua, versus a tribe of collegiates, Dakake. Throughout their time in the mountains, the castaways survived the land.
Yeah, keep a bunch of the little stuff right on top.
Well, I just hope we don't get eaten by a bear. But
It's starving my brains out.
Yeah, look at them. They look like little Fred Ranks.
Made friendships.
Go to sleep.
we should try to stick together.
Butted heads.
What the hell?
I don't trust Connor.
Okay, that bitch has to go.
I'm actually pissed like crazy. I'm not gonna sit here and I was Michaela's back and she was my back.
You want food and you want to go home, then why are you so angry if we vote out your best friend? Obviously you're gonna go next.
Strategized.
She totally bailed on the Girl Alliance.
There's 3 of them, then there'll only be 2 of us. Then they're gonna go for us next.
Now I can put my plan into action. The boys are trying to strategize already against the girls.
We could get Maddie out now because she's weaker, but
It's like 4 against 2 right now if they're all conspiring against us.
And competed in challenges to avoid tribal council.
Launch! Sigrid drops hers.
Yellow is to the left and green.
Angle a little more to your right.
On day 1, Bua and Dakake were neck and neck in the challenges, with both tribes winning 2 challenges.
Yes!
Yeah, nice.
Good job!
And both tribes eliminating 2 tribe mates, as Maddie, Caitlin, Jillian, and Simon were voted off.
Time for you to go.
Day 2 surprised the remaining 12 with a tribal shuffle. While Kellen fought for survival in the new Dakake tribe, the biggest power shift of the game began when Connor and Tyson convinced Zach to turn on his collegiate ally, Shandy.
If you guys go with Shandy, you tell me. I'll vote for her.
Shandy's exit from the game began the collegiate series of exits as the 2 tribes merged. Jennifer, Sarah, and the first member of the jury, Alex, were systematically eliminated by the high schoolers. Before they could finish the job, the high schoolers turned on their own, with 3 remaining females dropping like flies, as Michaela, Cassidy, and Sigrid joined the jury. Last week, the remaining high schoolers stayed strong and sent Drew to the jury, revealing the final 4. Zach, the remaining collegiate. From the beginning, Zach followed the numbers.
I feel good. I feel like I can help my team. But once the merge happens, I'll backstab him if I have to.
He was the swing vote between the 2 alliances of the original Dakake tribe.
I'll figure it out. I always do.
At the new Bua, he joined the high schoolers to avoid a tie.
No, I'll vote for Shandy. I'll vote with the majority. I just want the tie to happen.
yeah, I don't.
And he struck a deal with Connor to go to the final 4. But since the merge, he's been on the outs.
I want to make friends with these kids and try to keep it as long as I can.
But after finding the hidden immunity idol and giving it to Drew,
Suckers!
he's managed a spot in the final 4.
I'm pretty sure that if I don't win immunity, I'll be the next out.
Tyson, the physical threat. He's already won 2 immunity challenges
Immunity challenge.
and has been in a core alliance of high schoolers since the beginning.
We need all of the high school students to take out all the college students.
Tyson has also bonded with members of the jury, which the others have noticed.
We don't want him to get too dangerous towards the end.
Right. Because he has the jury.
Particularly, he built a good relationship with Cassidy and Michaela,
I trust Tyson.
and even got Cassidy to give him the other hidden immunity idol.
Hidden immunity, and it's like really exciting because now I know I'm going to be in the top 5.
Which saved him at Tribal Council. His victory in last round's endurance challenge was his ticket to the finale.
Both Zach and Kellen, they both backstabbed me and betrayed me, so I don't want to deal with them.
Kellen, the comeback kid. Kellen was sentenced to be the first castaway voted off after making too many deals in the beginning.
Kill him because he's such a snake and we just don't want him. He's like a cancer, we need to excise him out.
But after the tribe kept him for his physical strength,
Other people are here to play the game too.
he was able to make a close alliance with Sigrid, and another alliance with Tyson and Connor.
I'm playing it round by round, but I am trying to align myself with people I can take to the end.
but the mix-up made him a new target at Takake.
Sarah thinks that she can trust both of us. I don't know if that's totally true.
But by helping his tribe win 2 challenges in a row, he made it to the merge, won challenges, and indirectly let Sigrid get voted out after the plan to vote off Tyson backfired.
You just have to do what you have to do to win.
Although Zach and Drew expected his vote at the last tribal council, he decided to vote out the bigger jury threat Drew, earning him a spot in the top 4.
You never know how the challenges are gonna go. You never know who's gonna come out on top. So, I don't know. It's just it's different scenarios can happen right now.
And Connor, easily the biggest villain in Heiko reality history. He was the most vocal ringleader of the alliance.
We have 3 high school boys that just pretty much, at the get-go, really destroyed them.
He was blunt.
I think they're losers, basically. She's basically your typical follower.
He wasn't afraid to offend people.
I don't like abusing women, but if I have to win, that's what I'm gonna do.
I don't really like her at this point.
That's not good enough for me. I'm a model.
Was their tribal name, and I stand by that.
Connor made a deal to go to the final 2 with Tyson in episode 1, but made that same deal with Kellen in episode 2. He too has won an immunity challenge, and convinced Tyson to play his idol.
I think I've convinced Tyson to flush his immunity idol tonight.
After Kellen decided to keep him around, Connor steps into the finale with the most confidence of the 4 remaining.
Right now, I'm very confident. As long as Zach does not win immunity, then things should go to plan, no one should turn, and yeah, I should be in the final 2. It's pretty much a lock if I get to the final 3.
Now it is time for these final 4 to face their final immunity challenges. 2 of them will move on to face the jury. 1 will outlast all the rest and become the sole survivor.
Well, I thought I had an alliance with Kellen, but I don't, and to be honest, that really pisses me off. But I figured I probably shouldn't trust him, but I thought it's the only way. I guess there could have been another way I might have been able to do it, but I didn't, and now Drew's gone. And I have to win immunity in the next couple challenges. I guess I know I can't trust a high schooler.
My main reason for voting out Drew was that everyone knew he would win if he made it to the final 2. I'm glad I stuck with Connor and we had a talk, and he and I are pretty certain that we want to go to the final 2 together because we both have equal chance of winning.
I feel great that I got here this far. It was really good. What got me this far though was my alliances from the Boa tribe. Connor, he pretty much set me up just to get this far, and then I set him up to get this far too. So we've pretty much been helping each other throughout the whole thing. We plan to get to the final 2, so that's our main goal right now.
Like, there's tension.
I know that.
Us.
Yeah, there's tension between us, but we gotta stick together.
But yeah, if honestly, if it's us 3, then whoever can, like one of us, the 2 of us that make the final 2, it's whatever.
So we gotta get Zach out because he will win. He has like
he has too
jury
many
style.
people that like this guy. This is a fun guy. So as long as it's not a puzzle, then we should be okay. Right now, I'm very confident. Things should go to plan. No one should turn, and yeah, I should be in the final 2.
What?
So that's when you vote out Zach, but nobody voted for him.
Maybe we should have voted out Zach first. That's what happens if he wins.
He's not gonna win. We're not gonna let him.
No chance in hell.
Our next move is to get either rid of Tyson if he doesn't win, or Zach if he doesn't win. Tyson, because what happens if he makes it to the final 3 and wins that immunity? But then again, we have to get out Zach, because what happens if he makes it to the final 3 and he wins immunity and then he's in and he probably has a lot of the votes?
Die, Daddy. Die. Die. Die.
It's not so painful.
We don't need a fire anymore. Go out.
Both Zach and Kellen, they both backstabbed me and betrayed me, so I don't want to deal with them.
Frankly, I know everyone's saying that the whole collegiate high schooler thing is kind of over. I'd still like to see a collegiate win, but that was my plan, but...
We're gonna get Zach out. He pretty much knows it too. We just want to get him out because he keeps saying that he wants to call collegiates to win. I'm going like, well, no.
I just recently lost $20,000 to the government.
Well, I don't have to worry about that yet, so I don't really mind. My thoughts on the next challenge is that I have to win it, because just to be on the safe side.
Tree belt, guys.
That's
impressive.
Alright. Only 4 of you stand. You've endured a lot. You've been tested in many ways, maybe more than you thought. But to earn a spot in the final 3, you'll have to intensely focus and recall human.
Oh crap, it's memory stuff.
Sweet, it's gonna be like memory of like the game that's already happened.
Fantastic.
Sweet, I've been thinking about this like all night.
Okay.
You never know how the challenges are going to go. You never know who's going to come out on top. So, I don't know. It's just it's different scenarios can happen right now.
I'm pretty sure that if I don't win immunity, I'll be the next out.
Alright, guys, can you grab a piece or go find a spot on this rock here? Alright, first things first. Tyson, you get that immunity back. There we go. You guys are on day 3 of Survivor. You are so close to the end of the game. You've been pushed physically, you've been pushed mentally, you've been pushed strategically. Now we're going to see who still has it all together in their mind. I'm going to read you a legend. At the end of that legend, you will be asked 8 questions about specific details from the legend. The person who has the most points right at the end of 8 questions will win immunity and earn himself a spot in the top 3. Alright, listen carefully. I will read the legend only once. This is the legend of Liver-Eating Johnson. His name was Jeremiah Johnson. Born in New York around 1846, he went to sea with the United States Navy. After striking a superior officer, he deserted, changed his name to John Johnson, and headed west to look for gold in Alder Gulch, Montana Territory. Johnson traveled the area and came across a man known to history as Del Gune, who was in severe disfavor with the local Indian tribes. Johnson found him buried up to his neck in sand, with his head shaved and feathers stuck up his nose. After rescuing him, the two raided the Blackfoot tribe that had buried Gune. They successfully recovered his possessions and left with a couple horses and Blackfoot scalps. Along the road, the two encountered a Christianized tribe of Flathead Indians. Johnson gave the chief the stolen horses and scalps of the Blackfeet, their mortal enemies. The chief now had to give Johnson an excellent gift. He responded by giving Johnson his daughter Swan's hand in marriage. The two grew close and even intimate over the summer. Johnson left his wife to face a brutal winter, alone. Upon Johnson's successful return in early spring, he immediately sensed that something wasn't right. As he approached his cabin, Johnson's heart leapt out of his chest when he saw the bleached bones of his wife and unborn son strewn haphazardly across the cabin's threshold. Out of the surrounding stand of trees, 7 Crow warriors materialized. In an impassioned rage, Johnson slew each warrior as he approached. Johnson cut each warrior open individually, removed their liver, and took a bite from each still warm organ. With this gesture, he insulted the Crow Indians, thus began a 25-year vendetta against the Crow. The tribes of the area knew him as Dapiek of Zorka, or Crow Killer. Johnson was on a nearly 500-mile journey to visit a tribe of Flathead Indians, with whom he was on excellent terms. A group of Blackfoot Indians ambushed him and planned to sell him to the Crow, his sworn enemies, for a handsome price. He was stripped to the waist, tied with leather thongs, and placed in a teepee with an inexperienced guard by the entrance. Johnson chewed through his straps, scalped him, and quickly cut off one of his legs. Johnson escaped into the woods and survived by eating the Blackfoot's leg until he reached the cabin of his old trapping partner, Del Q, a journey of 200 miles. Eventually, Johnson made peace with the Crow. At the last stage of his life, he settled in Red Lodge, Montana, and in 1888 he was elected as the town's first marshal. John Liver-Eating Johnson died at the turn of the century in 1900, although his legend lives on today. Now let's see who listened the best. If you guys want to spread out as far as possible on that rock to make sure you have ample space to cover your answers. There you go. All right, I will ask the question, write the answer down, hold it up to your chest so I know that you are ready. Question number 1. Where was Liver-Eating Johnson born? Okay, reveal. Kellen says Red Lodge. Connor says New York. Zach says New York. Tyson says Virginia. Correct answer is New York. That means Connor and Zach score a point. Which tribe of Indians had captured Del Gu and buried him? All right, reveal. Crow, Crow, Blackfeet Crow. It was the Blackfeet. That means Zach takes the lead with 2, Connor with 1, Kellen and Tyson at 0. What was the name of Johnson's Indian bride? What was her name? Reveal. Swan, 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 and Sue. Swan is the correct answer. That means Zach is at 3, Connor is at 2, Kellen is at 1. How long did Johnson's vendetta against the Crow last? How many years? All right, reveal. 20, 25, 20-ish, 12. It was 25. That means Connor and Zach are tied at 3, Kellen at 1, Tyson at 0. Next question, number 5. What did the tribes of the area refer to Johnson as? You can give me the Native American language or the English translation. Reveal. The correct answer is Crow Killer. That means Connor is the only one to get a point. Connor takes the lead with 4, Zach at 3, Kellen at 1, Tyson still at 0.
I paid attention.
After finding the bodies of his wife and unborn son, how many warriors materialized out of the trees to attack Johnson? Okay, reveal. 7, 7, 7, 3. Correct answer is 7. That means Kellen moves up to 2, Zach moves up to 4, and Connor moves up to 5. 2 questions left. How did Johnson survive his journey to his old friend Del Gu's cabin in the dead of winter after escaping the Blackfoot camp? All right, reveal. Stole clothes, stole horse. What did you say?
Was captured.
Was captured, eating the leg of one, eating the leg of the guard. Eating the leg of the guard is correct. That means Tyson, congratulations, welcome to this game. You have 1 point. Yes. Kellen, how many do you have? So 1, 2.
Back in it.
Okay, that means Tyson and Kellen, you can set your pads down. You can't win. We're down to our last question. 5 points for Connor, 5 points for Zach. Question number 8. What post did Johnson hold in the early days of Red Lodge, Montana? What post did Johnson hold in the early days of Red Lodge, Montana? This is for immunity. Reveal. Connor says Marshal. Zach says Sheriff Warden.
That's the wrong.
Correct answer is Police Marshal. That means Connor gets a point, wins immunity, earns himself a spot in the final 3. Congratulations. Kellen, Zach, or Tyson, the game is about to end for one of you. You can grab your stuff and head back to camp. I'll see you at Tribal Council.
Winning the challenge was fun. I didn't really expect myself to win. That's not a lot of confidence showing there, but Zach is really good at those sort of things memory-wise, and we were really not confident when we saw what the challenge was going to be. So I knew Tyson wasn't going to do well because he doesn't really do well with memory.
That was the worst challenge ever. I don't know why. I'm really bad at that kind of memory stuff. If you like tell me something, you probably have to repeat it again because I won't remember, so oh well.
Oh, God, I was so close. I couldn't think of the right word for sheriff that I was looking for. I thought warden, and then I was like, that's not it. And then I heard marshal, and I was like, that's the word I was looking for. And it was just terrible.
He said marshal from yours, and I was like, God damn it.
The only reason I remember that is because he said Marshall, I was like, we are Marshall. That's funny. And then like, it just came in my head again.
I tried to remember things in the beginning, and they just stuck in my head, and I lost everything else.
He was born in 1847, I remember
yeah.
that.
I thought
he fought in the Union Army for the Navy. Remember that.
He punched the guy in the face to escape a tent.
Well, I clearly sucked it up in that challenge. I didn't really... My only hope was that Zach wouldn't win, and I got my wish, so I'm happy. And we are for sure going to get him out. I mean, we talked about it over and over. There's going to be no backstabbing, hopefully, I pray.
I'm going to try to make a pitch to Connor, see if he'll buy it. I'm going to try to tell him, hey, I'll take you to the final 2 if I win the next challenge. If he buys it, that's great. If not, what are you going to do?
There's no backstabbing on this one.
If there's a backstab in this one, I might cry.
If there's a backstab in this one, I'd be really happy.
Yeah, I figured.
I'd be really sad.
Kellen, that kid.
Yeah, seriously. What a loser.
The last one with Drew, he's like, yeah, we'll vote like Connor out or someone. I'm like, okay, yeah, and then the handshake thing happened. And then
Yeah, he came right after that happened. He came
I'm
behind me. He's like, yeah, they want to get you out. I was like, oh, okay.
So if I go against Connor, I know I have some votes there. But against Kellen, I don't know yet. It's just kind of iffy. I mean, he's backed up a lot of people, so.
In the next challenge, take you to the final 2, because all of those people like you way better than they like. Like Cassidy and them, they just hate me for some reason. The only vote I'd have is Alex. Yeah. Just something to mull over.
My thought process would be, who do you think that you could beat in an immunity challenge? Who do you think would get the less votes? Who do you think you could possibly take if they happen to win immunity in the 3rd? I think I can trust Connor. We've had a pretty good alliance since the very first day, and yeah, if I can't trust Connor, then screw me. But I don't know. It's just how it's gonna go, I guess.
All right, let's bring in the members of the jury. Alex, Kayla, Cassidy, Sigrid, and Drew. We're out the last Cal, how much are you guys thinking about the jury members here? There are now more of them than they are of you. They slowly are getting more and more power.
I think we're all thinking about the jury votes at this point. How can you not? There's only 4 of us left. I don't know, you're just
Tyson, what is the #1 factor going into your vote tonight?
Just to depend on my alliance and trust them and hope that they trust me to stick with who I'm voting for.
Zach, you were super close in that challenge. You and Connor were neck and neck, but in the end you lost by a point. How disappointing is it at this point in the game?
It's really freaking disappointed, Paul.
I can imagine.
Really disappointed.
So then what do? You lose, and then what happens next?
I hope that somehow I'll come through with slight little alliances I've tried to make.
And Connor, you're the one with the immunity necklace around your neck. Do you think you needed it?
To an extent, yeah, just because you want to feel really safe going into a final four vote. Because you never know, like, if alliances start breaking down eventually, and it becomes more about who's going to get the votes, who he likes, who is more in favor of the jury than the other person. So I feel like I did need it to an extent, but also I feel like our alliance was pretty good tonight. So.
All right, I'm assuming you're going to hold on to it then? Yeah. All right. Kellen, Zach, or Tyson, Will is about to join the jury. Kellen, you're up. Tied votes. Once votes have been read, the decision is final. That person will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Zach. Second vote, Kellen. That's one vote Zach, one vote Kellen. Zach. That's 2 votes Zach, 1 vote Kellen. 13th person voted out as survivor, Beartooth Mountains, and the 6th member of our jury, Zach. Zach, I'm going to ask you to bring your torch. Grab your torches and get back to camp.
Final 3!
Yeah, girl. Woo!
Oh, exhausting. Yeah, I know. Do you want those spaghetti legs? Oh yeah. I can barely walk. Get up there. Yeah.
Tribal Council went exactly as expected. We did get out Zach, and our alliance did hold up. We did stick through with it, so I'm really proud of that.
I knew Zach was probably going to go for me just because I kind of betrayed him and Drew, which is okay, I guess. Hopefully I can, if I make it to the final 2, I can try to persuade him to come on my side, because I kind of want to get rid of Tyson first, but it was Connor's decision to get rid of Zach, so maybe if he believes that, then I'll get his vote.
So I wonder what the last round's going to be like. Just like everything put together, maybe? Yeah. Besides a question trivia.
Maybe a puzzle at the end. We got Zach out. We were worried about the votes he would get. So as far as I'm concerned, this is another vote for me on the jury, and both of those two up there think it's me and them to the final 2.
Got tree mail.
Ugh. Alright.
Final challenge.
Final challenge as
Alright.
us three.
After 3 long days, it all comes down to this. Your last immunity challenge you can't afford to miss. Learn from your mistakes and be the first through, and you'll win yourself a spot in the final 2.
Yeah. Alright.
My thoughts are just that it's going to be a compilation of all of the other challenges for the most part. I'm really going to have to give it my 100% best, because if I don't make it, there's a chance of me going home, and if Tyson wins, then I'm definitely going home.
Alright, this is going to be great.
You're going to be tough, I can tell.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be like the hardest challenge like ever.
Yeah.
I know I don't maybe have the most endurance as those two. Somewhere.
No.
I might win.
No
It's all
puzzles.
physical. I might as well just stop now.
Yeah.
Either me or Connor have to win, because we are going to the top 2. That's our alliance. That's what we said at the beginning of the game. But we got this far, so we're not going to back down on that alliance now. Kellen has to lose this one.
Welcome, Tyson, Kellen, and Connor to your last and most important immunity challenge. Connor, I'm going to take it back. Immunity is back up for grabs. For your final immunity challenge, you're going to have a combination of challenges that you had throughout your experience on Survivor Beartooth Mountains. You will start by carrying the log in front of you up the hill to that tree directly in front of us. You will drop it and look in the tree for a wiffle ball. There is one for each of you. You will grab that wiffle ball and run to the log and try to shoot it into the bucket. If you miss, you need to retrieve it, go back, and keep shooting until it's in that bucket. Once you make it in the bucket, take it out of the bucket, and there is a horse paddle in front of you. Pick up that horse paddle, bounce the wiffle ball on it, and walk up the course until you reach the other log. If it falls off at any time, you have to go all the way back to the start. Once you reach that last log, take the wiffle ball and try to knock off one of your cups. Then, you will race around the cone course, back around, you'll come to the big rock where the immunity necklace is sitting on top. The first person to climb that rock and touch the immunity necklace wins it, goes to the final 2, and just as important, decides who will sit next to them in the final 2. Let's do this. This is for immunity. Survivors ready? Go! Put that log up to the tree. Find the wiffle ball. Every guy found the wiffle ball. Kellen, let's make it in. Let's look at the paddle. Nope, gotta go back all the way to the right. Connor's now doing the wiffle ball. Tyson. Kellen's good. Remember your color. Connor knocks it off. Connor, put that necklace around your neck. You have won the most important immunity challenge. You have a big decision ahead of you. Whether Tyson or Kellen will sit next to you in the final 2. Let's grab your bags and torches, gentlemen. We have tribal council to do. Let's bring in our ever-growing jury. Alex, Michaela, Cassidy, Sigrid, Drew, and our newest member, Zach. All right, that's quite the challenge. Connor, you pulled it out. How does it feel?
It feels great to be locked in for the final 2. I mean, the hardest part is up now. I'm the only one voting, so I gotta make a hard decision.
So let's turn to the 2 who didn't pull it off. Tyson, what are you thinking right now?
Just a lot kind of on my mind right now. I kind of wish I didn't do that. I'm just not really good at aiming, throwing at the cup, so that kind of screws me over too. But I'm just hoping for the best and that he votes the truth for me.
What about you, Kellen?
Basically the same. I mean, I don't have anything different than what Tyson just said. We just both lost it in the end of the cup throwing, and that's when Connor took the advantage, so good for him, I guess, yeah.
Connor, I want you to give me one pro and one con for each of these guys, why they should sit next to you in the end. What's a bonus for bringing Tyson into the end?
For Tyson, a bonus would be just because we've been so tight throughout the whole game, it'd just be nice to bring the guy who I was always closest to.
And what would be a downside to bringing Tyson?
He's probably the nicest guy out here, and he's super funny too, so he's got a lot of friends on the jury, so that's really intimidating.
What's a pro for Kellen?
Kellen is, I don't think he's like as liked as Tyson, to be honest. I know he kind of caused some feuds with some people, so I think maybe would get more votes for Kellen.
And a con?
A con would be not going with Tyson and rubbing that title, so it's basically picking between my friend or the smartest choice.
All right. Connor has immunity. That means Tyson, you can only vote for Kellen. Kellen, you can only vote for Tyson. That means the only voter is Connor. Connor, you're going to go up there, you're going to write down the name of the person you want to vote out of this game. You ready to do it? Hey, you're up.
Best man.
For the record, I would be
Alright, once the vote is cast, the decision is final. That person will have to leave the tribal council area immediately. We'll read the vote. 14th person voted out as survivor, Beartooth Mountains, and the 7th and final member of our jury. Tyson. Tyson, I'm going to ask you to bring me your torch. Tyson. Congratulations, Connor and Kellen. You two did what 16 castaways set out to do. You've made it to the final two. The power now shifts completely to the 7 members of the jury. It is up to them who will walk away with the title of sole survivor and the $150 prize. Be thinking about what you will say to them that will convince them that you are the deserving winner. For the last time, grab your torches and head back to camp. I will see you at the final tribal council.
Oh, she's so good. That sucks, because now I'm pretty sure Tyson hates me.
Well, you're going to get his vote anyway, I'm sure.
I hope so. You know, it sucks, because Tyson was a definitely better friend out here than Kellen was, because Kellen kind of was shaky on who he's with all the time, so I didn't really know what to do on that one, but it came down, like I said, in tribal council. The smartest decision, or go with one of my best friends. I decided to go with the best decision, because, I mean, if this was like a trip to Dairy Queen, then yeah, I would take Tyson. But this is to win Survivor, to win the money, which I came here to do. I didn't come out here to have playtime like some girls thought this was, apparently.
Some people may think I should be really surprised, but Connor said to me at the beginning that we wanted to go to the final two together. So all just went according to plan. Me and Connor both did what each other asked for, and we stayed loyal to each other. So I'm really glad that he chose me, but I'm not like totally surprised because I already knew what was going on. So
from our sake.
But I came here to win the money, and with Kellen, I think that's the best opportunity to do because he's had a couple enemies on the jury, so I'm just going to cross my fingers and talk as best as I can.
Connor may have more votes, but that doesn't even matter because I'm just going to try my hardest to sway those people who are a little undecided. If he has more votes, so be it. I'm just glad I made it this far even, but you know, we're just going to both try to go out there and get as many votes as we can. When they voted out Maddie the very first time, I was really shocked because Maddie and I were pretty close and nobody told me that they were voting for Maddie. We all thought we were going for Cassidy, but yeah, that just told me that I'm not the only one controlling this game. I have to listen to others, I have to sometimes go with the group, and that just taught me how to play with a team instead of individually when it was too soon to play individually. So yeah, that just set up my whole alliance anyway, because once Maddie was gone, then Connor and Tyson and Sigrid both knew that I was on their alliance. So
I did backstab a couple people, but it was earlier in the season. I mean, later I kind of was more straightforward, especially with Zach. I came straight to Zach and told him that he was probably going to go home tonight. And I hope he appreciates that. And also for Tyson, I hope he appreciates that I'm doing this to win the game and not to make friends. I'm gonna definitely have to work on the girls, because for some reason, I don't really know why, it was more me that led the idea, because everyone was tentative to get them out because they were scared of the wrath of them, of the Michaela and what's her face, Cass, I'll say Model and the mean face girl. Those two decided that I was the Ring Master, which I kind of was, but they decided that I was kind of Satan as well. So they've been cheering for me to get out for a couple of challenges now. So if I lose those 2 votes, that's fine. Those are 2 votes, and hope you need 4 to win.
My game is that I made the right moves at the right time, and that I got rid of people that I thought could possibly win if I were in the final 2 with them. I just was playing the game. It's no hard feelings. No one came out here to make friends. They came to win the game.
Oh, this has been one of the greatest experiences of my life. I mean, I got to play the game I love. I made some new friends. I got to the final 2, which I did not expect. But it happened, and I think I have a strong chance of winning, which would be great to go home and tell the folks.
Coming out here, it's so beautiful. Coming out here with really cool people, meeting some cool friends, and just having a good time out camping with your friends and playing the game of Survivor. It's what more can you ask for?
I've already written out my opening speech.
Really?
I called you dumbass in there.
Wow. Ow.
I called you a lint licker.
Why?
You know, I felt like that's the best way to win over the jury. I'm gonna keep the money for myself. I would love to donate $150 to charity, but I'm a teenager. Maybe in 40 years, when I'm more set financially, I'll take $150 out of my account and give it to Boys and Girls of America Club or something like that. But as for now, I think after 3 days of this, I deserve the $150. Maddie, she was a great girl. It's just, you know, she had a strong alliance with Killen, and I didn't really take a liking to that, so we had to end that quick. Caitlin.
Caitlin.
We had no idea who she was.
I did not know who she was, but she sounded awesome. Caitlin sounded pretty cool from what I knew about her. Everyone seemed to like her. It was sad to see her go so early, but I wish I would have met her.
Jillian, she was a bit lazy. Jillian was lazy. She just kind of laid around for a while, so clearly we had to get her out.
She was a really nice girl and really fun to be around.
Simon, the monkey man.
The monkey man with the beard.
Simon was kind of like the monkey man. We didn't really know what to think of him over there. We liked him. He was kind of funny.
I'm sorry that he's out, but at least we didn't have to deal with him during the merge.
Shandy was super sweet and really nice, but she had too many alliances over on the other side.
She always seemed to have a smile on her face, always seemed to be laughing.
Jen was super smart. We liked her, and we actually threw the challenge to get her out, which kind of makes me feel bad, but you know, things happen. Sarah,
had a problem with Sarah, kind of. She was a little tricky and conspired way too much.
Sarah was a really good strategic player. I wish I could have played the game longer with her. Alright, Alex. Just as fun to be around as Sarah. A little too strategic for me though.
Super physical.
Alex was really cool. He was always laid back, always gave it 100% in every challenge. Always tried to cheer everyone on.
Jack. Oh god. She was loud? She meant well, maybe?
Did anyone even like her?
Cassidy. She wanted to go.
Cassidy, I had a problem with. She gets pissed. She wants to go, she wants to say, she wants to go, she wants to say. Can you make up your mind, please?
Hey, what can you do? It's just Survivor. Someone's got to go sometime.
I didn't have to vote her out. She practically voted herself out.
Sigrid was probably my best alliance out here. She was really cool, always thinking about the game. I'm really glad I got to play a game with her. Drew. He was such a nice guy. Drew was a really nice guy. He always lit our fire and made our food. He didn't talk as much, but what you could tell from what he did say, he was a really cool guy.
Zach was super cool. If this is about friendship, it would I'd take the final 3 down to Zach.
He was always the witty college kid that everyone liked.
Tyson.
Finally Tyson.
Hated to see him go.
Tyson was my best friend on this show, and it sucked that I had to see him go. It's just, I want to win this game.
It just shows you how many people that you had to climb over just to get to the top, and it's just a rewarding experience.
All right, are you two ready to bring in the jury?
Sure. Ready as over.
Let's do it. Come on in, final jury. Alex, Michaela, Cassidy, Sigrid, Drew, Zach, and Tyson. Welcome, Connor, Kellen, jury, to the final tribal council. This is the last stage of the game of Survivor. It's where 7 people that these two just indirectly or directly voted out of the game. They will plead their case to you why they should win. They'll each have an opening statement. You each will ask a question or make a statement of your own. They will have a closing comment, and then we will vote. Connor, start us off.
First off, hello, jury. Today has been quite a thriller, and I'm just hoping that you decide to pick who played the game the best, in my opinion. In my opinion, when it came physically, I won the most individual immunities out of the 3. When it came to alliances, I stayed tight with most of them. As for, like, who commanded the game out of us 2, I think I did a better job. Kellen always came to me asking who I think should I vote out. So if it came down to if you want the person that was in charge the whole time to win or the person that rode the other person's coattails, then coattails is obviously Kellen and the leader is obviously me. But it's your decision, and that's it.
Kellen, it's your turn.
All right, well, first of all, hi, I guess. Well, just in contrast to Connor's statement, I don't think that I was a coattail guy. If you guys think that I was, then that's totally fine. But Connor being the ringleader, then that means he had a choice in voting all of you out. I didn't want to like backstab anyone, I didn't want to come out here and make friends, make enemies. I just wanted to come out and play the game to the best of my ability. And that includes both challenges and both strategy, and I think I did a pretty good job. I didn't ride coattails all the time because once we made the split, I tried to align myself with other people, but unfortunately alliances are broken and they're made, and you just have to get through it, and it's just a game, so hopefully I win your vote tonight.
All right, jury, it is now your turn. One by one, I will call you up and ask your question or make your statement. Alex, start us off.
Okay, let's start with Connor. I just want to ask you why you think you should win. You say that you stayed true with your alliances and everything, yet when it comes down to it, you choose the person you said was smarter to vote off, obviously, not your friend. He was your alliance. What do you say about that?
When it came down to it, I decided who I had to pick to win the game. I figured Tyson was just that much more nicer than I was. If you're asking me if I wanted to make friends, of course everyone wants to make friends, but if you're asking me if I wanted to win the game, I think I made the right decision.
Okay. Easy decision.
Easy decision.
So, Kellen, another thing is you've backstabbed pretty much everybody on this jury. I know that me and my alliance and everything, we tried to align ourselves with you, and you lied to us, you told us things and voted the other way, and you did it multiple times to pretty much every one of these juries. I've talked with a couple of them. What makes you think that I should vote for you?
I think you should vote for me because as soon as we merged, Connor and Tyson came up to me in Cigarette and asked if we were still cool. I didn't know where my alliances lied there because, of course, do I want to align myself with Connor, who I've had an alliance with my whole time here, or do I want to align myself with two other people who I spent like a few hours with? But unfortunately, we had to just get you out because we believe you and Sarah are both really powerful players, both strategically and physically.
Or a backstabbing bitch is what you're saying.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you, Alex. Michaela.
All right, so we had an alliance, all us high schoolers, to get out the college kids first, and then you guys turned on half of us and got out some of us, and then went to your college kids but kept some. What happened there?
The thing was to get you and Cassidy out because, to be honest, I did backstab both of you, and I apologize for that, but I hope you guys realize it's not personal. I'm trying to play a game. But what it comes down to was I felt like with Cassidy and you two girls are both attractive, so you probably get more votes from the jury than Kellen would. When it came down to it, I decided to go with Kellen.
Kellen?
Well, first of all, I did not want to get you guys out as quick as you guys did because you guys were the votes. But Connor, being the ringleader, he just came up to me and Cigarette and said, we need to get these two out because they're really close. We didn't know what you were going to do either, if you were going to switch over to with Drew or Zach. I don't know, I just had to go with the group because I can't just go behind the group and then that would just turn on me, so I'm sorry that you had to go out first.
Cassidy, it's your turn.
Well, I was backstabbed by you, Connor. I never had an alliance with Kellen before. You know, I never made an alliance with Kellen or anything, so it's kind of hard to say that we wanted to vote Kellen out first, and now you're sitting right next to him. So I just think about that, Connor.
Thank you, Cassidy.
Okay. Kellen, you said that you trusted me throughout the whole game. Were you upset when I left, or were you just planning to get me out as soon as you could?
I was actually really nervous after you left because you were my strongest alliance. After that, I didn't know if I was going to be out next or if I was going to keep going, but fortunately I did keep going. I was really nervous that you went out because I'm pretty sure we could have gone really far in this game. We probably could have gone top 3, top 2 even. But I was really disappointed that you left so early, and it was just a really stupid situation.
Connor, that one when we switched tribes, you were over there, Labua. One of the challenges you decided to lose purposefully. Do you regret that?
Absolutely not. It was a group decision on that one, me and Tyson, and I think Zach kind of joined in on that too at the end. It was just, we wanted the numbers for the high schoolers going to the college, so I think that it was a smart decision.
Okay, firstly, I don't understand all this talk about backstabbing. That's what we're supposed to be doing, right? So I think the survivor is actually probably the person who stabs the most backs and gets away with it the most, as opposed to people who just cruise along. So I think both of you guys entered the final merger group, pretty cushy position with mostly high schoolers in that group. So, and then especially you were mostly with Tyson, just kind of cruise along. So I think that's going to come into account when taking a vote is who really had to make the most relationships and be tricky and, you know, really use their social muscles when trying to win. And Connor, I don't really think you did that. I think that was mostly you just had it set from the very beginning. So that'll be taken into account. As you're both great liars, as learned from the game. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Drew. Try to follow that one, Zach.
My first question is for Kellen. Now, back in the final 5, we had a bit of an alliance going before we shook the hands of Tyson and Connor to vote Connor out and keep Drew in. I was just wondering why you decided to go back on that. Was it because of the handshake? Did you feel like you couldn't betray a handshake? Or was there another reason?
It may have been like 20% that. The other 80% would have been Connor and I both decided that we wanted to get to the final 2 together. Honestly, I feel like if we kept you or Drew, you guys definitely would have won just because you played a really good game and you haven't like really backstabbed anyone at all. But I think for the most part, I chose Connor because I thought I could possibly beat him in the final 2, but I don't think I could beat you or Drew. No further questions.
Thank you, Zach. Last but not least, Tyson.
Alright, so I am disappointed that you decided to break the alliance that we had together. One question for you, Connor. Did you basically just use me throughout the whole game?
Actually, I do lie a lot in this game, but this is straight from the heart. You were one of my best friends out here, and after watching you build such good relationships with everyone, it really did not seem smart to take it to the final 2. I mean, Kellen at least was being tricky like I was, but with you, you're on such good terms with everyone on the jury. It just seemed like whether you want to call it the smart or the easy choice to take Kellen.
Alright, Connor and Kellen, you get one last response. These are the last words they're going to hear before they cast their vote. Connor started us off before, so Kellen, you start this time.
Nice questions, I guess. I don't know. It was a tough game, honestly, and Survivor, like, they will make people not what they usually are. They will turn people against each other, and that's just how it goes. You can't just cruise along not playing the game. You just have to try to win and try to get as far as you can, because that's all you can do. You can't just sit by and watch people get voted out, because eventually you'll get voted out because you're not an asset to anyone else. But I believe I played a better game socially and somewhat physically too, better than Connor, because I just gave it my 100% at all times.
When a lot of things I've not really liked with him at the moment. First off, him saying the best social game. If you want to call the best social game, running to me after every single tribal council and saying, "Who should we get next?" Then yeah, sure. You had your turn. You can calm down. So, if you want to say that, if you want to pick him, the guy who literally had to have me feed him a bottle every 5 seconds, then sure, pick Kellen. I mean, that's your vote. But, and then also with the physically thing, he won 2 and I won 3. So if you're trying to say that I didn't give 100% on all my challenges, then you know, cool, if that's what you're saying. But the numbers don't lie. 3 is greater than 1 or 2. So it's your vote. So
jury, you've heard what Connor and Kellen had to say. The decision is now in your hands. You'll go up one by one and vote for the person that you want to win. You're not voting someone out of this game. You're voting for the winner of Survivor Beartooth Mountains. For the last time, it is time to vote. Alex, you're first.
First of all, I want to congratulate all of you. Survivor is not an easy game to play. But you two, Connor and Kellen, you played it the best. No matter what they want to say or what someone wants to justify later on, you two are sitting there, they aren't. I will read the votes. These votes are a representation of 3 days that we've all spent out here in the Beartooth Mountains. The title of Sole Survivor, and the nice bonus of $150. I will read the votes. It takes 4 to win. First vote, Kellen. Second vote, Connor. That's 1 vote Kellen, 1 vote Connor. Kellen. That's 2 votes Kellen, 1 vote Connor. Connor. That's 2 votes Kellen, 2 votes Connor. Kellen. That's 3 votes Kellen, 2 votes Connor. The winner of Survivor Beartooth Mountains, Kellen.